The Secretary of State of the United States, Marco Rubio, has demanded from the President of Panama, José Raúl Mulino, during the meeting they held this Sunday, immediate changes to counter the alleged Chinese influence in the Panama Canal. Secretary Rubio made it clear that the status quo is unacceptable and that, in the absence of immediate changes, the United States would have to take the necessary measures to protect its rights under the treaty. The State Department said in a statement. Trump denounces a scam of the Panama Canal and insists that he will demand its return if rates are not reduced. During the meeting, held at the Presidential Palace of Las Garzas, the head of U.S. diplomacy told Mulino that the President of the United States, Donald Trump, has made the preliminary determination that the current influence and control of the Chinese Communist Party over the Panama Canal area is a threat, according to the United States. This alleged Chinese influence represents a violation of the Treaty on Permanent Neutrality and the functioning of the Panama Canal. The meeting has taken place amid Trump's threat to recover U.S. control of the Panama Canal due to that alleged growing Chinese influence of the road, something that the Panamanian authorities deny. Mulino, Panama's sovereignty is not in question. For his part, Mulino, in a press conference, said that in the meeting he told Rubio that Panama's sovereignty is not in question. There is no doubt that the canal is operated by our country and will continue to be so, said the Panamanian president. I don't feel that there is any real threat at this time against the treaty, the validity, and much less the use of military force to seize the canal, he added. Mulino has indicated that the meeting was highly respectful and cordial and has said that a path has been opened for the construction of a new stage in the relationship between the two countries. I didn't feel a climate of controversy or disrespect at all. I felt a very proactive climate, he said. Panama's Foreign Minister, Javier Martinez Acha, receives U.S. Secretary of State Marcos Rubio. Martin Bernetti AFP. Given the concerns expressed by the United States about the two ports of the channel, operated by a Chinese company, Mulino has informed Rubio that there are audits in progress and that it cannot be pronounced until they conclude. These two ports belonging to the same company are audited and, as appropriate, we must wait for it to end to draw the legal conclusions and act in agreement. In addition, Mulino has informed him of his intention not to renew the agreement with China on the new Silk Road. He has also proposed to extend the pact with the United States for the deportation of migrants on flights financed by Washington. According to the State Department statement, Rubio has thanked Mulino for his support in the program of migrant deportation flights from Panama to their countries of origin. The secretary also praised President Mulino's regional leadership in support of a free and democratic Venezuela, the note detailed. Protests for the arrival of Rubio. Before the meeting, there have been demonstrations in the streets of the Panamanian capital to show the rejection of the U.S. threat over the Panamanian sovereignty of the canal. In some cases, photographs of Rubio and Trump have even been burned, with slogans such as "criminal worm" or "fascists." Several demonstrators protest against Marcos Rubio in front of a police cordon in Panama. Martin Bernetti AFP. Trump, who took power on January 20, has targeted relations with Panama, as he has threatened to regain U.S. control over the canal in retaliation for his denounced influence from China on the interoceanic route and in the country's main ports. Mulino denies that Beijing controls these infrastructures and has made it clear that the canal is and will continue to be Panamanian and that its sovereignty is non-negotiable. The canal was inaugurated by the United States in 1914 and its control was transferred to Panama on December 31, 1999, under the Torrijos-Carter treaties signed in 1977. The Panama Canal connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, and 3% of world trade passes through that route. 1.28 minutes. Panamanians will not negotiate with Trump. The canal is Panama's treasure. Rubio starts a tour focused on immigration. Panama is the first stop of a tour of Rubio, son of Cuban immigrants, through Central America and the Caribbean, mainly focused on immigration, which will also take him to El Salvador, Costa Rica, Guatemala and the Dominican Republic. Migration management, a priority issue for the Trump administration, has also been on the agenda of Rubio's meeting with the President of Panama, a fundamental partner for the United States when it comes to stopping the flows of people crossing the dangerous Darien Jungle, a natural border with Colombia. The Secretary